Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be doing a closure quick weave using the Organique hair with 3 bundles, and it is a human hair and synthetic mixture. And then I'll also be using a closure by that same brand as well in a different color because they didn't have the same color as the bundles. So I did want to go ahead and show you guys the things that I used. I have these 2 wig caps. The brown one is underneath the black one, which I'll show you as I cut it later on. I also used the 30-second hair glue, Ghost Bond for my closure, Got to Be, and mousse to lay my baby hairs, as well as a wax stick to help me make the closure flat, and these clips, which I don't recommend. So here is my wig cap. I already molded it down using the protective bond shield. I'll put it on the screen. This is what the bundles look like. I wanted to show you, what they look like as far as like the wave, and I wanted to show you how thick the bundles were. I did have 3 of them, so I went ahead and just measured each track, applied, I cut it to size, applied the glue, and then after I finished applying the glue, I sometimes like to spray the Got to Be or spritz, which I had spritz, but it wasn't spraying. But I would spray that on my wig cap, blow dry the track so the glue was kind of tacky, and then I would apply the track. And I just kept doing that. I'll press the track down, blow dry it so that it kind of stays. The spritz usually helps it stick a little bit better, but like I said, it wasn't coming out of the nozzle, so I couldn't use that. Once I get a little closer to where I'm going to put my closure, I cut out some of the black part of the wig cap so that you can see the brown cap underneath. After I have cut away all the pieces I need to, I spray the edge with some Got to Be to melt it to my skin a little better. And I just like to keep doing this, just blow drying it and rolling it with my comb until I feel like it's melted enough. So here is the 4x4 closure. I think it was actually a really good closure for it to be so affordable. It was only $14. This closure was very easy to work with, and it melted with my skin very well. So what I'm going to do is put some Ghost Bond along my skin mostly in front of the brown wig cap, and then I'll just kind of spread that out evenly and let it dry until it's clear. While that first layer dries, I'm going to take my True Complexion contour palette in the darkest shade, and I'm going to put that on that brown wig cap to make it a little bit closer to my skin tone. So after the first coat dried, I put on another layer of the Ghost Bond, and I let that get tacky as well. While the second layer dries, I'm going to take my Milani foundation and put that on the closure. It really didn't make much of a difference. You can see that I put it on there a little bit already, but it was just so like transparent that you really couldn't even tell I put the color on there at all. So now that my second layer is tacky, I'm going to put the closure on and just press it down with my comb and kind of comb the hairs out of the way. And then I'm going to take my elastic band and tie that down. And then I'm going to put the 30-second glue on the closure. and then I'm going to flip it back and just stick it down to my head. This way was easier for me when I don't have the front of my closure tied down. The closure slips around a lot when I'm trying to glue it to my head first and then gluing the lace after. So I do it in the opposite order. Of course, you can just do whatever works best for you, but this is what worked best for me. And then I'm going to tie that up so that the hair is out of the way and continue gluing on the rest of my tracks. From this point on, I like to glue my tracks going kind of at an upward angle, like towards the end of the closure, because it just kind of helps hide the rest of the tracks on the sides, and everything just looks a little bit more seamless when you do it this way. Now that I am done gluing all the tracks, I just wanted to show you what their hair looked like in the body wave texture before I went in and flat ironed it. I didn't like it like this, and I didn't want to curl it yet, but this hair does hold a curl. I did curl it with a flat iron, which I did not show in the video, but you can curl it with a flat iron, and you would just have to hold the curls and let it cool in your hand and, you know, spray hairspray. And the curls did last me about 3 days. So right here, I'm going to start cutting the closure so that it can kind of match the ombre bundles a little bit better, since they didn't have the color enclosure and I didn't want black hair at the time. I really wanted this ombre color. I did go ahead and trim it down, and you can see that it starts to kind of like blend because the bundles do have that black root at the top before it does the brown and then the blonde. So I went ahead and straightened one side, and I wanted to show you that next to the body wave and what it looks like straightened. So I use the wax stick to help me blend the closure with the rest of the hair. I would brush the wax through and then flat iron it, and then it would just help kind of just melt everything together so it would look a little bit more seamless. But I did use too much wax on this side, so this side was a little bit greasy compared to the other side, which I did use a dryer sheet to help me get rid of. Now onto the closure. I went ahead and used an eyebrow razor to cut off the lace. And I sprayed Got to Be on any areas that weren't stuck down already, just to help me kind of melt that as well. Here I'm going to take some mousse and then start plucking my baby hairs and like a little bit of the hairline just to make it look a little bit more natural. So now that my baby hairs are finished, this is what the final look like. This is just a little close-up of the closure. It really looks good for it to be $14. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below of any videos you'd like to see on my channel. Thank you. Bye.